The mission was really simple, not gonna lie, and it didn't take that long to finish. I was hella glad that it wasn't, because I want to be with my ShuShu. I could feel it in every fiber of my being, the immense loneliness that I was feeling without him. It was like some unknown force, probably the bond, to be honest, making me feel the craving of being around him. "Leader, we have to go," Akari yelled before we all went back to the van. I couldn't get the thought out of my head. Shuichi is my boyfriend. How could I be this lucky? He is basically perfect, and he is super cute when he gets flustered. I love him so much. I felt myself blush as I sat back into the van, and Shuichi put his arm around me. I turned to him and went to wrap my arms around him, only to feel his head nuzzle into my neck. "Touch-starved, my beloved?" I asked, already knowing the answer. Jodian gave me a smile before we drove back to the base. It was calming to be in the car listening to all of my friends talk about the mission and joke around. I chimed in while Shuichi was holding me close to him. I could tell some of them were giving me adoring smiles, and I couldn't blame them. Shuichi's probably the best thing that has ever happened to me. No one has ever wanted to be this close to me, all the time anyway. Mainly because I am annoying and can be a bit of a troublemaker, but he isn't like the rest of them. He is clingy, just like me, and damn it, it makes him so adorable. I like being able to have someone this close to me, but that's why I feel nervous about it. Because what if he leaves? What will I do then? I will be all alone again, hated by everyone. I don't want that to happen, but it always does. I shouldn't expect anything else. I don't want to get hurt again. All of the nights I felt so alone that I cried to myself. All those times I hurt myself on the outside because the mental pain became too much. All of those times I tried to end all of this. I'm glad my friends have stayed by my side, and I have no clue how they have stayed with me for this long. I felt my shoulders slump. I could lose Shuichi. I turned back around and just blankly stared out the window. My mind was so foggy, being filled with all my paranoia and all my worry about losing Shuichi. I almost forgot that he was right there beside me.
"Kichi, baby, are you alright?"
Shuichi whispered into my ear, making my cheeks go pink, mostly because of the suddenness of his actions. I looked at him and smiled. "Sorry, I was just wondering about something stupid," I said with a small laugh. He frowned at my response and placed a gentle kiss on my forehead.
"It's not stupid to worry, sweetheart. What's wrong, love?"
He looked so concerned. I don't deserve this, to be honest. I just want to lie about it so he doesn't have to worry. But I know I shouldn't because he can probably tell either way. "I'm just worried that you are too good for me and, well, you'll leave me." I turned away from him. I didn't want him to have to see my face. I already felt so guilty about all of this. I looked around at my gang members, and they were all in their own conversation. I was glad Shuichi was whispering, because it was sweet of him to not broadcast what I tell him. I've had friends before that only got close to me to know all of my secrets so they could have something to gossip about. I absolutely hate it when other people just get me to tell them something so they can literally tell everyone else.
"I would never leave you, baby. I love you so much and want to protect you."
He paused and made me turn to face him again.
"It's not just because of this bond we have. I really do care about you and want you to be able to see how great you are all the time. I want you to be able to know that you are loved."
His smile melted my heart, along with his sweet words. I could feel myself blush, and I pulled him closer, putting our lips together. He moved his hand to gently hold my waist, while the other one went to softly caress my cheek. I smiled against his lips and pulled him even closer to me. I believe his words, and I love him more than anything, and God, his lips are so soft.
"Kichi, I love you."
I smiled up at him before the van stopped back at the base.
"We're back!"
Anaki yelled, along with some of the others as they tumbled out of the car. I laughed to myself and gave Shuichi one last kiss before bringing him back into the house. Well, that was fun, I exclaimed, earning some nods of approval. I looked down at my phone after pulling it out of my pocket and saw it was already late. Well, me and ShuShu have school tomorrow. We will be up in my room, I yelled, making Shuichi blush. They all said goodbye or goodnight as we left up the stairs. I smiled to myself and opened the door to my room. It was a medium room, and it had a bed and a closet, as well as a small desk in the corner. My bed had a lavender cover over the checkered sheets with matching checkered pillowcases. I also had some posters on the walls, as well as a whiteboard and piles of papers and boxes in the other corner. It wasn't what I would call organized, but I can find what I need when I need it, so it's fine.
Cute room.
I blushed at his words because I haven't really let anyone into my room before. But I also really haven't had a boyfriend before, so this is all new to me. Thanks. He smiled at me before he went to change into the pajamas Naoki made for him. She made him a day outfit and another uniform for school. I texted Kyoko yesterday if it would be okay if Shuichi stayed with us, and she said it wouldn't be a problem. One, because Shuichi lived basically alone anyway, and two, she needs someone to keep an eye on him. And who better than his boyfriend to do the job? I changed shortly after and made my way over to the bed. Shuichi, are you doing okay? He was standing and staring at the wall. I was about to get out of my bed to check on him, but decided otherwise.
Yeah, sorry I was just thinking about earlier today.
He whispered the last part, but I could still make it out. It's okay, Shu. It wasn't your fault, and I'm not mad at you, really. He came over to the bed and slid in next to me under the covers. He wrapped his arms around my torso, pulling me closer to him.
Yeah, I guess so.
He still seemed shaken up about it. I sighed and planted kisses all over his face. Well, I will love you no matter what, so it doesn't matter, I exclaimed before pulling him into a kiss. I promise, I whispered before nuzzling into his chest. He fell asleep before me, and I smiled up at him. I love you, Shu. I let my eyes slide closed as I fell asleep in his comforting arms.